Okay, so here's how to place OCO orders using the DOM. This method might be faster since you don't have to type in your take profit and your stop loss. You don't have to type in the price. You just click on the DOM itself. This can be used for a single account or for multiple accounts. All you have to do is just adjust the quantities either on the DOM or on the chart. And we're gonna go through the settings and how it works, and maybe a little advanced setup on how you can use it to target partials and runners. Um, so this can be set up. You can set up your OC orders while you're in a position or before you get into a position. So what we're going to do is see here. Let's pause this for a second so I can explain to you. All right, so first thing you want to do, and this is a very important step, is to check the settings on your DOM. By default, Tradovate has this setting here where you need to use a left click for limits and a right click for stops. In my experience, this can get you in a lot of trouble. If you've never used a right click to do anything, I suggest you just keep it on this setting to use the left click for both. Because if you forget to use that you have to use a right click, you can get stopped out of your positions, or you could enter into a position while you're just on the DOM. You don't want to do that. So first thing to do is to make sure that this setting is enabled first and foremost. So this is a 3-step or a 3-click process. First step is you got to go to the ATM button right here and go to OCO one time. What you're going to do is you're going to click and click. So you want to click where your stop is going to be and where your target is going to be. One thing I do suggest is to be very careful, especially when the price is very volatile, because these prices are a lot closer to the price than you may think, especially on markets like the NQ. So what I like to do is just scroll all the way down, and then I'll click a stop somewhere down here, and then I will click a take profit somewhere up here. And now, as you can see, it's pretty close, especially how the market is moving nowadays. 40 points is nothing. So what you have right now essentially is your stop is down here and your take profit is up here. And then you're not in position right now. You can get in position now, or you could even place a position to get into somewhere wherever you want to, right? So let's see here. So we're in here on this, and one of these should get triggered right now. Let's move this to break even. And there. So now the entire order is cleared. You could take a look here at the orders, what we did, right? So I placed the stop. First, initially this was at 100, and I placed the take profit at 174. And then I also placed my limit order in the middle. So we got filled, and we moved up and got filled at 174, and I moved this into a break even though this is market replay. It just shows you that it updates and it moves with it. So you could do this for individual accounts, and you can also do this on your group accounts. You just need to set up the correct quantity. Okay, so now let's say you want to trade and have some partial take profits with different sizes. So for this example, let's say we're gonna get into a position with 3 contracts. So we have a quantity of 3 up here, and then let's say we'll have 3 different targets. So on our dome, we'll have a quantity of 1. So that way, we're gonna have to set up 3 different OCO trades. So let's stay far away because this price is pretty violent. So let's choose, let's say we go to 140, and then we'll go let's say we go 250 for this one, and then again we'll place another one. This is assuming that you have the time to do this, right? This isn't something you want to do on the fly. So we'll go back again to 140. And then we'll place another order somewhere up here. And then one more time, go back to 140. Did I lose it? So we'll enable that. So now we're going to have 3 over here. Now let's say that's a target. Okay. So now let's say we mark it in long. So our stop here is at 140. If you want to move the stop down, it differs from the environment. I believe on regular trading, if you move it from the chart, all 3 orders will move. But for some reason here on replay, it won't let me move them all together when they're stacked. So I would test your environment first and see which one works, but you can always drag it from the dome and drag it somewhere else, right? And I'll show you why for some reason it doesn't work on mine. Let's just say I move that to 132. Now it's 132. On some environments where if I drag it like this, all 3 of the orders will come with it. But for some reason on maybe it's just a market replay, it's not working. So let me put this back at 132. And then let's say these are our targets. So we have our first one here, our second one here. So what this is going to do is every time it triggers a target, your 3 orders here will start getting basically taken out. So now we only have 2 orders left to go instead of all 3. Assuming all 3 of them are stacked. So if you're to enter a trade with 3 contracts, at first you do want to stop for all 3 and then have them all, and then have your 3 different targets. And then once one is hit, you want to, typically you want to move your stop up to break even, or you want to move it in profit, depending on how you trade, right? It's all depending on you, on what you do. Let's see here. We might get stopped on this. Let me drag one down. So there we go. So now we only have 1 order left to go. So one of these will get hit, and then just for the sake of the video, just do that. This thing will take a loss anyways. And then that's the idea there. So what you could do is you can mark it into a position and have your full stop somewhere while you have your targets at different locations. It's just, yeah, it's this thing might be a little faster than, well, it is definitely faster because you don't have to type in the numbers, but you see, oh, you'll get this error if you don't place the orders correctly. So you need to select this. You need to click a stop price and then a limit price. This should error as well if I click them both while we're still underneath. So if I click this here at 111 and then I click another one above, right, that still won't work because you have to put a price that's above the current price. So let's say change this to 3. So our stop will be here. And whatever the current price is, somewhere up there. Yeah, got very close. So let's say like that. And then that's done. So that's how you use the OCO orders on the DOM.